Hello and welcome to our community garden plot. Please join along as we plant, harvest, and work on our fall cleanup. When we arrive at our garden plot in the spring, it is tilled, and typically the first thing that we do is we set up a trellis for our beans, and then we dig some rows up that we use to plant our carrots and our onions and our garlic. This way the carrots don't have to fight against the soil, which is really hard, and there's a lot of clay here. So by digging these rows, we end up with really nice straight carrots. We plant quite a variety of plants at our community garden plot. Tomatoes, carrots, peppers, beans, cucumbers, squash, a number of different herbs. Sometimes we'll try things like eggplant or Romanesco, but we always use winter sowing to start our seeds. It is the best way that we found to start seeds that grow healthy and transplant really well and do well in variable conditions that we experience here in the Midwest. So I'm going to go ahead and include a link in the description, and I'll pop a link up in the corner of the video here so that you can check out how we get our seeds started using our winter sowing technique. In addition to the rows that we use to grow our carrots and onions, we also create mounds for our watermelon and pumpkins. Once we have our mounds and our rows done, we try to cover the rest of the plot with straw. This really helps with weeding. The weeds don't get a strong root hold, so they are easier to pull, and it also helps trap moisture, which makes watering a lot easier. We have to carry water from the pump. We're not allowed to use a hose, and anything we can do to keep moisture in the soil and make the watering job easier, count me in. It's always exciting when the plot is ready and prepared and it is finally time to plant. These are the seedlings that we started using our winter sowing technique, and here we are getting them all into the ground. If we've had good weather by late June, you can see that a lot of the plants are growing rapidly and they look really healthy. We have the beans on the trellis, on the mounds, we have the pumpkins and the watermelons. You can see here all the carrots and then the onions and all of the tomatoes. Everything is looking great. It's feeling very rewarding after lots of hard work. At the other end here, we have some more peppers, and then we have our cucumbers and our squash. Harvesting typically begins for us in mid-July with the cucumber, squash, and beans. I use the cucumbers for salads, and I also sprinkle in some of the nasturtium petals. You can see those growing here next to the cucumbers. They add a pop of color and a pop of peppery flavor. I do pickle the cucumbers, and I will include a link to my canning video in the description as well as in the corner of the video here. In August, I treated myself to a drone, so I hope you enjoy a little footage of me buzzing Pat while he's working hard in the garden and I'm playing with my drone. It was a lot of fun to try this out, and it blew around a little bit in the wind, but I think it's fun to see a different perspective of the garden. Early fall is so nice out at the farm. The temperatures start cooling off, the flowers are looking great, and there is a lot to harvest. We have peppers, so many different kinds of tomatoes. Even though the vines are not looking super healthy, the tomatoes are abundant. We have lots of carrots, which we begin to harvest. We still have some watermelons, and then our pumpkins are looking great on the vines. They are still growing. We do rotate those on occasion just to get the orange color all around. And then in the back here, we have poblano peppers, which we use in salads. I stuff them and cook with them, and then we also freeze those. And here you can see all the peppers and the watermelons and everything that we use to put together a refreshing salad and a nice dessert of watermelon. Here are the cranes, which are so fun to watch and listen to as we're working hard in the garden. Inevitably, at some point, our farming season comes to an end, and we have to go out to the farm and clean everything out of our garden plot so they can till it in the fall and then again in the spring for the next season out at the farm. I hope you're enjoying this video, and it's always amazing to me how quickly a growing season passes from growing the seeds, planting the seeds, putting the seedlings into the ground, harvesting, and then cleaning up. It passes in the blink of an eye. And Pat and I have really enjoyed doing this for many, many years, but it is quite a bit of hard work. So after this year of planting, growing, harvesting, canning, and preserving, we have decided that we are retiring from farming, and we are just going to focus on plants around our house. So stay tuned to the channel as we show how we have refocused our efforts from vegetables and this gigantic garden plot to growing things that we can plant around our home. I look forward to seeing you back here at Provenance Preservation.